Okay, let's jump straight into it.
You can't even do cocaine in this country anymore, you know? And that seems like a crazy thing to say.
Right out the gate? Really? You can't even do cocaine in this country anymore. What? That's what I'm saying, man. That's some of the weird, crazy shit he says.
And don't say that. Don't say that. But I said it. But yeah. But don't say that anymore. Like when you were growing up.
It was the Rockford Files. I can still hear the theme.
Supportive of your friends' podcasts. I think there's people sometimes that you want to have conversations with. So yeah, I guess sometimes it's a trade-off. Let me think.
Like, why did you call me? And just so people know, this is over 2 years ago. I happened to be in
So that they'd seen like, you know, different stuff that they'd witnessed or whatever. So
Louisiana was very good to dirty jobs.
yeah.
You ever been down a cutoff?
No, I knew a girl from there though, and I quit knowing her. Thank God.
You cut it off.
I mean, I guess I did. I think it's a lot of ex-wives down there. You know?
It is part Everglades, part Redneck Riviera, but it's shot through with the level of consequence. Like, I knew an alligator farmer down there named Jerry Savoie. And
An alligator?
It's such a kick. I mean, you travel everywhere.
Hold on.
When you get into a town,
What is an alligator farmer, y'all? What the hell is that? An alligator farmer? What you just what do you do? Just raise alligators? Or make them farm for you? I don't know. That sounds crazy.
that you've never been to, and B, you didn't know existed. And then you meet a guy who raises alligators, and then you're in like a homemade helicopter, and he's flying you around, and you're throwing spears with EPIRBs and radar guided stuff into alligator nests so you can come back in an airboat and rob the eggs. Like yeah. And so it all happens very quick, and it's very consequential because you can be cut in half and cut off easy. You can just be bit right in half.
What is an EPIRB?
It's an acronym, and all boats have them. So, like, if you go, say, on Deadliest Catch and you fall overboard and you've got a survival suit on, there's a EPIRB on your suit, so it sends out some sort of signal that lets people at least get close.
Located.
Yeah, like Ricky's drowning or whatever.
Ricky's drowning, and the water's 38 degrees, so we got to get there in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, emergency position indicating radio beacon is a device used to alert search and rescue authorities in maritime emergencies. It transmits a distress signal on a designated frequency.
There you go.
And so why would you guys use that from the air, just like a locator to come back?
Yeah, I think the Coast Guard first introduced them because, up there guys are overboard a lot. And you really don't have much time. If you're in a suit, you can survive for a while. It's like the most desperate thing you'll ever see is a Jayhawk being scrambled, right? Filled with coasties who are deployed in the middle of the night because a boat went down somewhere off the Pribilof Islands. And the EPIRBs are going off, and you got dudes in the water.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's intense. Anyway, I'm sorry. There's another white boy in trouble. There you are on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana.
Your show made people feel like I was doing hard work even if I wasn't, It was like, I'd even clock out at the end of your show. I'd be like, oh, shift's over, that type of stuff, or something, or yell at my fictional wife or something, or just slam the door and just scream out the name of a TV dinner, just that kind of shit,
Again, just so people understand, I'm in Nashville. I'm meeting, I think, John Rich and shooting something. And my office calls and said, yeah, this guy Theo, here's the address. So I get over to your place, and I don't know how long you'd been living there, but you answered the door, like you're in your bathrobe and your boxers. You're like, hey, come on in. And I'm like, oh, God, what is this?
Oh, Kevin Spacey's here, huh? No, I think I just was running late. I've always run late, Or the clocks, a lot of these clocks are fucking... They're fast, huh?
Well, what's going on in the solar system now? What is it? The lion thing? The lion's portal or something?
Oh yeah, the portal was just open. There's a cosmic. and I'm going to totally botch this, but I know it's a cosmic time where there's some alignment, I think in Orion's belt, and the Lion's portal is open. It's like the hottest time of the year to get out there and manifest, to, just to kind of shake your chakras for the Lord out there in the moonlight kind of. And so somebody sent me a link to it the other day. And so then I'm just out there manifesting and just like.
Explain what that means to you. Like when you manifest a thing, has it happened in your life before?
I will say this. I felt good the next day, but that could have been, it could have been from peptides I was on. It could have been different things,
But when I say it, I try not to exaggerate as a rule.
Really?
As a rule, I never exaggerate. No, I mean, there are things that I feel confident are going to happen that haven't happened yet. And sometimes I'll say they've happened because I actually believe that saying they're going to happen will, and I'm not a big supernaturalist, but will in some way reframe the world order. Like my whole foundation was based on, I just started talking about it before I had it.
Works, you mean?
Yeah, micro work started, and then I started, and this sounds kind of gross, but I was saying we awarded $1 million in work ethic scholarships before we had, but I felt like we were gonna that year, and we did, right?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, there's just occasions where you say a thing out loud
Speak it
and all of a
into
sudden
existence.
it's
That
made real.
makes sense.
There's definitely, when I think back in my life, there's been things that I think have felt that way. But I think it's almost, you feel like if you had said them at the time, it would feel kind of egotistical, maybe like just little daydreams or something.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense. Like, say if you had like a piece of metal and you loaded it up with like whatever, like the one half of a magnet is called, like one side of it or something.
Mag.
A mag, yeah. So if you like,
I don't know if
You
that's
got your
true,
mag
by the
and
way.
you got your net.
You got your mag and your net. Got heads and tails.
But it's like if you stacked a mag with everything, with all your dreams in there, you'd think, like the way a magnet works, that a net would eventually, if you load a mag up enough, with enough mag, a net
The net has got to come.
it's got to fly literally because of the power that would be, the pull that would be in it at that point. Something would fly over and meet it,
You would think, right? All right, let's skip through this shit. Let's get through this bullshit. Oh, there we go.
So you think maybe on it, like from a cosmic universal sense, if you look at it through the lens of magnetism, then the argument is there's always a positive pole and a negative pole, and there are times when those poles can reverse, which is going to usher in a level of chaos that the astronomers freak out when they talk about, like when the Earth's poles, they say when, because it's going to switch. That once our magnetic field, I mean,
my God.
I mean, it's not going to happen today, Theo. I don't think.
No, I know that, but I'm just like,
He's like, it ain't gonna happen today.
Look, mine's livid too. I narrate a show called How the Universe Works, which ought to be called 1,000 Ways to Die, because every single episode talks about either a magnetron or a quasar or a pulsar or a supernova or, it's
or just a batch of gay dudes coming and scooping you up. That's one of my biggest fears. I feel like if you're in a park or something, because a lot of
Or a batch of gay dudes come and swoop you up. Jesus Christ. Theo says some of the weirdest shit, yo. They come scoop you. A bunch of gay dudes come scoop you up.
gay men are way tougher than they used to be.
What happened, you think? When did that shift? Because I remember
Gay dudes are more tougher than they used to be. Oh, shit.
watching, what was the... He and I used to work in a theater years ago.
Oh, well, you guys, tell
No,
us
not
more,
that
huh?
kind of theater. No, it was a movie. It was called Cruising.
Oh my gosh, hips or lips? Hips or lips? Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember watching that movie thinking, this is not at all consistent with the image I had of that particular lifestyle, which I don't in no way care to judge or weigh on. But it was just, I mean, it was a risky business.
It was a rough movie.
Yes, it was.
Is Cruising it's called?
It's called Cruising.
Cruising. Stars Al Pacino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something a lot of you guys can watch on your lunch break out there. Is it that kind of thing? Does it
No,
go with
I wouldn't
lunch?
recommend it. No, I don't think it's going to help with your digestion.
What sandwich does it go with, you think?
I'd say a hoagie.
A foot long.
Foot long?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I got a
Oh my gosh. Talking about. Oh my God. Talking about watching a gay movie. What kind of sandwich you think go with it? A hoagie, you foot long.
4-inch round. You know, that's the best I can do, dude. Something on a
Jeez.
bun over here. You know. But yeah, I think that's when that's when America really, yeah, there was something about your world that was just fun. It was kind of fascinating to follow and look and see in all these spaces and stuff like that.
Well, see, this is how like the wheel of Fortuna spins, man. Because I'm fascinated by your world. I'm fascinated how this would you call yourself troubled white boy?
Yeah, Trouble White.
Yeah, a TW.
Yeah,
Trouble
T-Dog.
White.
Right. I mean, I know kind of the story. I know it was Road Rules, MTV and stuff. And I want to talk too about the big idea that you and I have been kicking around later.
Yeah, sure, man.
Let's just save
We
that
got
for a
some
second.
time.
Now,
Okay.
I just want people to like you first. I mean, not that they don't already like you,
Well, thanks, dude.
because your charm is palpable on TV. But this
Yeah.
people just might not be watching; they might just be listening.
I just feel lucky that this job kind of came along where you can work for yourself with podcasting.
Yeah.
I had a tough time.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to count on anybody else for myself. I think that's something that's always just been a part of me as a human, And I think that's kind of what led me like into comedy, because it's just you. It's you up there. Your dad can't get you that job. You're fucking rich, whoever. Some guy can't get you that job. Some guy with a mustache or whatever can't get you that job.
Yeah.
You got to get up there, And then I was fortunate that podcasting came along, and I feel fortunate that this is when I'm alive so that I can, just to have this job, and it's been fun.
Theo, you got it's like the fourth biggest podcast in the world, man. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's a crooked line from the border of Mississippi and Louisiana.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
real.
mean? That's a crooked line. And I didn't realize it either when you answered the door in your underwear and let me into your house in Nashville for a chat 2 years
Now,
ago.
they were thick underwear. I don't want people to think I was wearing something,
I mean, whatever. I didn't linger. I just was like, all right, well, this is what we're doing.
Well, they were wool. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Matt, you know what? Wool is an underrated fabric. It's almost always associated with the winter, but it's one of the most breathable, sensible things. It'll keep you warm when it's wet. Which, if you think about it,
It's thoughtful.
I mean, from a utilitarian underwear standpoint, it's an interesting selling point.
Yeah, you could be wet
Yeah,
and
for
warm.
sure.
Ooh, yeah. I would stop by that. I'd stop by that.
It could be wet and
Yeah,
warm.
that's great. You can be wet and warm. All right. I'll take a little, I think that's how I feel about that, I guess. But anyway, I feel like we're talking about 9 things at once, and I've had some coffee too.
We are.
And that's
Like, Theo can make anybody laugh, man. I mean, I've never seen JD Vance laugh so hard, or Mike Rowe. This shit, he's just crazy,
okay,
man.
man.
All right.
That's what this job is, dude.
You know what, though? I was listening to you interview Donald Trump when you walked in 20 minutes ago. Which really, that was an awkward meet. We sort of hugged, and you knocked my glasses off my shirt, and then you bent down to get those. I'm trying to introduce you to Chuck, and meanwhile, I got you in my ear, and Donald Trump is talking to you about the how to reform was the Trial Lawyers Association.
Oh, yeah. He said that the lawyer lobby is a really big lobby. I didn't even know that existed.
Massive lobby.
That's crazy. And it's got to be the worst one because they have all the lawyers.
They're very hard to sue.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, you
oh,
can't sue yourself.
that's crazy, huh?
So you're a comedian and you're funny, but now you're an interviewer, and now it's J.D. Vance and it's Bernie Sanders and it's Donald Trump, and of course it's also all the comedians in the world, and then there's your listening audience, who I know you love a lot.
Yeah, a lot of great people out there. Probably folks that are similar to you. That's one thing that's about podcasting, I think, because a lot of times you'll meet the person, you'll be like, I would talk to this person for a long time,
Yeah.
Because they're similar. They're probably, you have to probably have some similarities to people, I think, to, consume them in like a longer format, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know, though, when's the last time you were nervous?
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
Not counting today, of course.
Oh, I'll tell you, actually, dude. I freaking just forgot about this. I found this freaking bone on the sidewalk.
You found a bone on the sidewalk and you picked it up.
Yeah, you think I'm fucking leaving it out there, dude?
That's got in some circles we'd call this evidence.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Maybe.
It was the only one. I looked at like in a 40-foot radius. That was the only one they had.
What do you reckon it is?
I don't know. It looks like part of the spine.
Like a vertebrae.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would go with.
You might have
does,
found
kinda.
a vertebrae. Where were you?
Just right across the street where I was parking. But anyway, yeah, I didn't mean to bring that up. I just felt it in my pocket.
I think that's worth ruminating on a minute. You know, I mean, you're
Dude, we found some bones when I was a kid in these wishing wells in our like town. They had like this youth group. It was like
through church.
it was kind of through the church. It was after school, like on Wednesday night, people would meet up and they'd have like a religious guy who was like, and he'd play fun games with everybody, but everybody was just trying to sneak off in the dark and kiss or whatever, or just even just rub their front of their body against a damn tree or whatever.
No, it's Mississippi, Louisiana.
That's what I'm saying, man. Where does he come up with all this wild bullshit? Where is he coming up with all this crazy stuff?
Border, you know.
Oh yeah, and if they border, I want to. You know, that was my motto. Oh, our states are bordering, we should. You know, but
That's a good pickup line.
It looked great on a T-shirt, man. It's pretty amazing.
They had this thing where they had like 6 or 7 wishing wells in our town, and a group of kids, you'd go clean them out in the summertime because people would put all kind of stuff down there, and you know, and some of it was hopeful stuff. It was wishes, and then some of it was just people would put recyclables or used plates and dinnerware, stuff like that. Stuff they didn't want. You know, luggage, stuff like that. We found a sword out there, and they had some finger bones one time that somebody found.
Phalanges.
Yeah, phalanges.
In a
Dang.
wishing well.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's company
That's amazing.
It's company
Work. I'm stamped.
All right, let's skip through that bullshit. There we go.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever found human bones. I have always wanted to find a body. I feel like everybody wants to. Do you feel like that?
I did once.
Nuh-uh.
I
Yeah.
did once too.
Mike.
Yep, I found a body too, man. And you know, that body had been out there for like a week, and I didn't even know it. So I used to have a store, and next to the store, you know, like it was like a So where my store was located, it was like a strip, kind of like a strip complex, you know. But you know, we were down like at one end, and and then there was a couple other stores down at this end. But for like a week, it kept smelling. It smelled like a dead rat. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a rat that had died up in the ceiling, but you could smell the smell inside my building. So let's say like my building's here, right? And then here's down at the other end. So the body was way down here at the other end. And you know, way over here, I'm sitting there thinking there's a dead rat. So for like a week, I smelled this thing. Finally, it got so bad that I wound up walking down and walking behind the building trying to find it. And there was a dude he was like decomposed already and shit. And it just smelled awful, man. I don't know who it was, what happened to him, but yeah, man, there was a dead body over there for a week. I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Fuck yeah.
It was a big day. It was a big day.
Good work, dude.
And the crazy thing is, a couple weeks after that, I found a mannequin. And I thought, I can't believe I found another body.
And you thought it was another body?
Yeah.
It was just a
It was a
mannequin
mannequin.
hiding?
Mannequin.
Yeah, it was actually down where we took our trash every night. We lived on a country lane, and there weren't a lot of people around, so that
Right.
like we all knew each other's trash, and it didn't seem like any of the few neighbors we had would throw a body out, you
Yeah.
know. But it was a body, you know. But of course, it turned out to be a mannequin. It was a sidebar. My mother took this thing home, and she put it in my
What?
bed. And I was about 17. I came home.
Yeah.
I think you and I were probably hanging out back
As a
then.
prank?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
as
yeah.
a prank. Yeah, my mom did.
She
this
had a
stuff.
sense of humor. Yeah. Still
Oh,
does. Still does.
Jeez.
Yeah, terrible woman though. I mean, put this thing, put a bandana on its head, and tucked it into my bed. I was living in the basement at the time.
Oh, you have a
Oh,
Hell's Angel
shit.
sleeping over or something?
No, I just, I would come in late, and I didn't want to wake them up. There were times I would come in through the window well
Yeah.
on the back side of it.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
she had this mannequin in the bed and had it tucked in, and I came in, got halfway undressed, and turned around, and the body was in the bed. I jumped so
dang.
high, I hit my head on the ceiling,
Ooh,
which is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know. That might scare shit out of me too if I walked in or went to jump in bed and there was a body laying there or looked like a body
Anyway,
anyways.
look, I hope you do find a body one day. It'd be good for you.
That's the only body you found, or you found a real one also?
I found a real one, but I saw it at about 30 feet away, and the cops were there not long afterwards in a stream bed not far from the creek. Wow. I don't know what happened to it. But the best body stories are our friend Chad Pagracki. Chad runs a barge up and down the Mississippi in Ohio. He's like a self-appointed garbage man there. And the stuff he finds, oh my God, it's just cash registers with money, bodies. I mean, like cannonballs
Damn.
from Vicksburg.
Oh, of course.
Like the rivers are amazing.
That's their big thing up there. They're like, come look at this cannon. In like a lot of the Civil War towns or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't you want to sit the kiddos on
Come look at this cannon.
this hot cannon or whatever? You're like, this is just a gay bar or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of
Man, even Mike Rowe can't keep a straight face. He's crazy.
Civil War type stuff. We used to go to Civil War reenactments when I was a kid. My father would take me over there sometimes.
What side were you on?
Let's go to a commercial break. I mean, you got to cheer for the home team, don't you?
Oh my gosh, you got to cheer for the home team. And it was in Louisiana, so I guess we know who the home team is.
Look, man,
I mean, Louisiana was,
gosh, Chuck, I don't know if you can find it, but I did an episode on Somebody's Got to Do It on Civil War reenactors.
Yeah.
And Taylor shot it. Where were we?
We're outside of Orlando.
Yeah, we were in the South.
Really, is it big down there? Because there's some spillover between CWR guys, wrestlers, Ren Fair. There's some people that work all of that.
What's CWR?
Civil War reenactments.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry. Yeah, Ren Fair, those guys, and then
Dude, you're talking in acronyms. That means you're fully committed to this world.
oh, dude, we spent some time over there.
We
My
went
dad-
from EPIRBs to CWRs.
CWRs.
dude. Yeah. Oh, I'd see them sitting out there eating dirty MREs and sharing spoons and whatever,
MREs again. That's a meal ready to eat.
and just tickling each other and shit.
Well, this is a terrific segment, and it really gets into the heads of reenactors on both sides, and you really get a look into the world. But right after we edited, and we got the whole thing ready, and what happened was it George Floyd, or it was before that? But for whatever reason, everybody got cold feet about airing it.
Why? Because you mean like when the cops killed George Floyd or whatever?
Well, there was just.
Or who am I thinking of? George Foreman. That's who I'm thinking of.
No.
How he died?
Oh, well, I guarantee you, he didn't die like George Floyd did. No.
No.
George Foreman, I think, passed in a bizarre grilling accident, if I'm not mistaken. No. He died recently, I think, didn't he?
He did, man. I shouldn't have brought it up. I got confused for a second. I hope he's all right.
No, but Mike, the reason that the thing never aired was I don't think it was on CNN. But you're talking about when we put it on TBN.
Yeah.
And the reason they didn't want it was because you were rooting for the home team.
Oh, you were for the South?
I was dressed as a Confederate. I grew up in Maryland. It was a border state. We never really could decide.
I could see them creating a league out of it eventually once it kind of loses some of the racial stigma and maybe like 2 more generations.
That's crazy. Why should you have to cancel a show even though it's based on the Civil War? Like, why should you even have to cancel the show? That don't make much sense. Why? I mean, it's history. If they get offended by it, so fucking what? And if you forget your history, you're gonna repeat this shit. That don't make much sense. Not to me, anyways.
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
You know?
League, like how would it work? What would the rules be?
I don't know, and I don't know what the game would be exactly, but I could just see that everything, even historic, eventually over time it turns in. I feel like, it makes it where it can become something marketable, even if it's something bad. Maybe. Do you think over like enough time?
I think you and I talked about this on your pod once. We were talking about sports in general.
Yeah.
And I think I said, I made a game out of catching horse crap in the air because my chores involve picking up horse crap every day, and it was super exciting to follow them around and try and catch it before it hit the ground.
Oh,
in a
so
shovel.
so bad.
Right. Now, that's a ridiculous way to pass the time, and it's probably never going to be an organized sport. But cornhole is, and darts are. I think lawn darts are too, and horseshoes and bocce ball. So, like, when does an activity go from being a thing you do at a barbecue in your backyard to something that maybe is in the X Games, but not the Olympics, eventually to the Olympics, and then organized? Like, I have no idea how to make sense of any of that, but those things come and go. All I know is I was riveted to cornhole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's something about it. There's something kind of nasty about it, and there's something fun about it. I'm trying to think of what games I like.
Why does Theo always got to turn things so dark?
What do you do for fun?
I've been sauning.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code.
Sauning?
Saunaing. Going to the sauna in the morning.
Yeah.
I've been getting out of bed early. That's been making me feel pretty good. I'm trying to think of what else I've really been doing.
Manifesting.
I have been manifesting, yeah. I did sit out there, man. And I did, yeah, I'll tell you about that. Let me, so don't forget to tell you. So I sit out there and I just said, like, I accept abundance. I accept possibility. I accept, like talking to my sister, I accept everything that God wants me to accept, right? And I don't accept bad thoughts about myself, just things like that.
Yeah.
And I'd just never done it before. I thought about it, and you hear about it all the time, manifesting. But I thought it was kind of interesting. And then I wanted to do it again yesterday. I just kind of like had a moment in the day where I was like, I want to do that again. So I think something inside of me, it made me feel good,
What did you think of Tony Robbins?
I think he would have. I think Hogan would have beat him, I think. That was my first thought when I saw him, that Hulk Hogan would have beat him. Would have wiped the floor with him. To be honest, dude.
That was honestly your first thought when you met Tony Robbins?
Yeah.
Because he's big.
Yeah. But he ain't bigger than the Hulkster.
No, the Hulk's Big Terry.
That's what I thought, dude. I was like, oh, yeah, you got all your magic and shit. I'd like to see you take that shit on the ring, boy. So I thought that was my first thought. After that, I thought, man, this guy is, he's very engaging. I feel like he makes the most out of life. I do feel like he makes the most out of his time. He introduced us to his wife and kid. They were really nice. Yeah, he's compelling, and he's kind of larger than life. So there's a lot of like things that are right there, And yeah, I felt like he was a neat guy.
I'm interested.
You know him?
Yeah. I went to one of his things back in '93.
Yeah, that sounds right.
A Date with Destiny.
Oh,
A Date with
Hot
Destiny.
coals and so forth. I was there as a guest, actually. I got a buddy who's Powder. Remember that movie? Guy hit by lightning, and then suddenly he can do all these. My friend's a human calculator.
Weather honky or whatever?
Yeah, kind of like
Weather
that,
honky.
except he's got all the Guinness World Records for math calculations, right? So Tony hired him to come and like warm the crowd up in the mornings, and I went along as his guest. That was the first time I heard somebody talk about manifesting.
Okay.
And everybody in the crowd was nodding their head like you are right now, because they're like,
Shit, maybe I need to try that, yo. I need to start trying to manifest. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna be a billionaire. I'm gonna be a billionaire when I hit 85. Might be able to enjoy it like one day before I pass. I don't know, man. Maybe I need to start trying to do that, man.
Yeah,
Manifest.
man, I can really see the power in that. And then all these years later, I saw you interview him. But what you did, man, I mean, you, and this is what I was trying to get at with the nervous thing and with the Trump thing and with all these different roles. You know, you became like a lab rat with him.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you were so willing to unpack and answer candidly the questions he was asking, and that little clip was, viewed millions and millions of times.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
I know you do, but that's why you're so hard to nail down, man. It's like comedian, interviewer, podcaster, or troubled white.
Yeah, I guess
Troubled white.
I'll probably always be a trouble white. I don't know if I feel like an interviewing never feels fun, kind of. It is nice when conversations get into a place where you can just talk. I would sit in therapy all the time and just have it be podcast. Like, I'm kind of a late bloomer in life, so it's like I'm like learning a lot of stuff that I felt like I probably should have had more of a understanding of when I was young, but late. Like, I feel a lot of times like not like a kid, but I feel very kind of childish energy sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a weird way or anything, but over the past years, I've kind of noticed that. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I think some of that's just still passing through me, It just took some years to get out of the magazine.
No, I don't. What do you mean, the magazine?
Or just like out of the way, it just took a few years to out of the magazine, the clip. To
Oh, the
pass
clip.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, sorry,
right.
Clip. I love that kind of stuff. I love it when, like, I go to recovery meetings. I just came from one today. I love when people are feeling something, Like in our house when I was growing up, we couldn't, like, everything was so intense that you couldn't even let your guard down for a second to have like a feeling.
Yeah.
Because you were going to be ridiculed, or you were going to seem weak, or you were going to you knew that it was going to get you, it was not going to help you.
Yeah.
Right. And so you never had a chance to, like, even your feelings to kind of process sometimes, because you were like this all the time. And so when I get in chances where I get to have moments like that, man, I really treasure them.
I haven't seen anybody do this yet, honestly. And
I'm kind of glad that I didn't grow up in a family household like that. I had a pretty good childhood growing up. I mean, we had our tits and tats, but nothing super crazy. But I'm glad I grew up in the household that I grew up in. But not everybody gets to grow up in the same household, and you don't get to pick who your parents are,
I pay attention, but I mean, you're touring and you're a funny guy on stage.
Yeah, we do pretty good.
You do
Thanks.
great. And you're interviewing some of the most important people on the planet, and you're being interviewed by some of the more thoughtful people on the planet. And you're talking about things with like such candor, and I remember, another clip, and I know I've said this to you before, but I started paying attention to you about a year after we met, when I saw a caller came through.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
And this guy was, he was struggling, and he was back on his heels, and he was nervous because he was talking to you. And you let him talk for maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it, honestly. I mean, it defied what you would expect somebody to do in that quasi-live format, but you just let him talk. And what got me were the comments under that video from thousands of people who learned or felt or connected so much from watching you listen. And that's, that's an interesting set of muscles you got.
Yeah, for sure.
My brother, like a few years ago, one day I was just having like the worst day, and we're just similar growing up. We just had like, it was just so so intense growing up. You didn't even develop. You just didn't even develop when you were young. You just didn't. I don't know. And nobody in our family did. None of the kids did, really. And so...
You had an older brother.
Yeah, I got an older brother. He's 2 years older than me. And then one day I was having a tough day, and I was sitting in my truck. It was in Nashville, and I pulled over, and I was just bawling, dude. I was just like, I think I was just kind of at my wit's end. Everything just felt impossible, just that kind of moment, you know? And he was just like, hey, man, if you want, I'll just sit here with you for a little while, you know? He's like, we don't have to say anything. You know, I can just sit here with you and just be here with you, you know? And, yeah, and when he said that, dude, I just like, I mean, I think tears came out of my metatarsals, you know, of this feet.
Yeah, I believe they are.
Yeah. Just because in my life, nobody'd said that. Like, hey, I'm just going to be here, and that's it, right? Like, there was no other part to it, you know? And it was just a powerful moment for me. So sometimes there are moments like, anyway, all I'm saying is I learned little things from my brother, and sometimes if there's days or moments where I'm even like a 10th of what he's been for me, then that's where some of those like kind of little moments come from. And that's why I think I care about that kind of stuff, because when you're in like recovery meetings, you hear that kind of stuff, you know, and you hear people like that have just stuff that's real, you know.
Yeah.
And so I really love
Real
that.
life.
Anyway, I'm kind of rambling.
No, man. Look, I'm super interested about. I don't know a lot about AA, but I know a fair amount about celebrity, and I've always been interested. Like, what is it like for you, and what is it like for because you can be in a town you've never been into, and you can show up at a meeting. What's the dynamic like when you walk in for people who know you? And, you know, there's like anonymity is such a big part. I mean, it's in the title of the whole organization. Yeah. You can't be anonymous if you're Theo Vaughn, and yet there you are.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's interesting. I used to think about it. I can tell, like, if I'm worried about that when I walk in there, then I'm not doing well personally, right? Because I'm more like in the, like, what's my needs and my image, that kind of stuff. So, but if I hadn't gone to meetings in a long time and I go in, or if I'm in a new city, like whenever I moved to Nashville, I was like worried about that at first, like, or just like, I guess concerned. And also you're going into meetings in a new place. So that feels interesting, but you can kind of map out what's going on, you know? And then also we're all in there because something's wrong, or like something's awesome about us, but also had drugs and alcohol involved with it. And so, you know, we're all kind of on the same page. But there's been moments where people like, yeah, I guess we'll want to take photos at meetings. And so I usually just kind of say, you know, I don't do that at meetings or something like that to kind of keep it cool.
Yeah.
But then I'll try to check in with that person too. So I don't want them feeling, you know, like a bummed out or something, you know, because alcoholics get their feelings hurt easy sometimes. So it's like, you know, I think it's probably unique for them and unique for me in some type of way. And not everybody, but sometimes you go to meetings and nobody knows, dude. There's some guy in there, and there's a guy I think there was a meeting I walked into once, and I don't even know, I didn't go back in, but it was just one dude in there, and he could have been dead. It was an old guy. I was like, I'm not checking if that, you know, I was like, I'm not EMT or whatever, you know.
Well, there's the body you were looking for.
I know, I should have stayed. I still think if he had his shoes off. Dying with your shoes on has to suck, right?
I mean, it would depend what you're doing.
What? Who wants to have their shoes on forever?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Imagine
you don't want
you
your
have your
shoes on
in heaven,
forever.
and somebody has their shoes off.
Yeah, somebody didn't get the memo. Well, there's an old song. He died with his boots on.
Ugh.
Famous.
Unlucky, dude. Walking around in boots forever, it would piss me off.
I'm not sure that's how the afterlife works, for sure. I mean, you might be right, but I think you're basically transformed. You know, it's not your whole... I don't think your wardrobe goes with you.
But I think you still know how it feels to have shoes on your feet, and you die with that feeling. And I think that's...
Like, you know, we all like to believe that we all know what's going to happen to us when we die, but we really don't know, y'all. We don't have the slightest fucking clue what's going to happen to us when we die. We don't know if we're going to have a different body. We don't know if we're even going to look the same. We might not even have a body. Maybe we're just like a speck of dust in the universe. Who knows? Nobody knows, you know? We really don't know. We like to think we know, but we really don't.
Stays with you.
You do you?
I do.
Well,
And I would hate that.
Yeah, unless it's cold. You know, you want to be barefoot? And what if the terrain is rocky? I mean, I'm sure heaven is not typically imagined as a rough terrained, chilly place.
I wonder what kind of land they have up there.
Milk and honey is what I've heard.
Really?
Milk and honey.
Well, the land of milk and honey
Exactly.
is a thing.
So you fellas have been friends for a long time, huh?
I've never seen this guy before.
You guys were- how long?
For 44 years,
Oh
maybe?
my God. Perverts,
Wow.
dude.
Yeah. No, we were in high school
Know
together.
somebody for that long, dude. Meet somebody else, dude.
I know. I'm trying. Believe me, I'm trying. I know. It's like
Get out of the house.
It's like stepping in gum, man. I can't shake it.
Have you guys ever been on a double date before?
Oh yeah,
No way.
yeah. We went on a double date.
With twins or regulars?
Regulars.
We went on a
Regulars.
date. Was it? Was
Oh, dear.
can I say it?
Oh, my God. Yeah, go
Well, yeah.
ahead.
It was Danielle and Terry.
That's right. It was Danielle and Terry.
Yeah,
And until it
no.
wasn't.
that's right.
That's your ex-wife?
No. God rest her soul.
Oh, just someone passed away.
Oh, no, she's just dead to me.
Oh,
Thank you. I'll be here all podcast.
Oh, geez. You know, he's not wrong though. You know, when you've been in a long-term relationship, I would say probably 5 years or more. Maybe not 5. Maybe we'll say 7 or more. You know, when you split up, it is almost like a death. I mean, for some, it's not. Most of the time, I would say most of the time for the female, it's not like a death because they usually move on in their head. If they're the ones that leave first, they've usually left a long time ago mentally, so it's not a big deal for them. Um, but usually, whoever ends up on the shitty side of the deal, like they didn't see it coming, uh, they process that as a death. You know, it is almost like they grieve it as somebody that died. And then they don't even want to see that person anymore because it brings up too many memories and they just don't want to see pictures of them. They don't want to hear from them. That person is dead, period. You know, and that's why I don't understand why some people go back to their exes, man. Because they're an ex for a reason. You need to remember that. Everybody likes to reminisce on the good times when they were together, but there's a reason y'all split up to begin with, you know? So that's always something to keep in mind. Don't ever go back to an ex, man. Always keep pushing forward.
She died with her boots on.
Die with
and the
boots on.
spurs.
I kid.
we're just kidding, Danielle and Terry. Terry's your wife.
No, that's not true. I haven't seen Terry in years.
Really?
But she, yeah. But that was I'll never forget that night, dude.
Where did y'all go?
Never forget that
No one
night.
will. We went to Danielle's house.
Yeah. Yeah,
no
we were in the basement.
way.
Yeah.
In the basement? You
Yeah,
creeps.
I know.
What were y'all doing?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
No, this is
talking.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking. We were having a chat.
But were y'all boozing on there or playing a game? Like, what was like the setup? Was there a reason? Like, was it movie night? Was it just kind of like,
Was it movie night?
Movie
I don't
night.
recall any
There may have
photographs
been
being
some film.
taken, but
y'all are creeping me out.
Dude, they took the girls down in the basement, never to be heard from again.
All right. Just tell us what happened. Are these women okay? That's what I want to know.
I sure hope so. I haven't talked to Terry in decades.
Let's bring her in right now. We got. She has a tattoo of Mike Rowe on her back. I'm just
Oh,
joking,
no.
Terry, and that's insane.
Terry
and
was good. You know, it was funny.
I hope she's doing good.
There's another night, but I brought Terry back to my parents' house. I'm still living in the basement,
right.
very place where the fucking mannequin was waiting for me when I crawled through the windowsill.
Oh yeah, sounds like a John Irving novel or something.
Are you a fan of Irving, by the way?
Yeah.
Prayer for Owen Meany?
Oh
Hotel New Hampshire?
yeah.
Oh,
Setting
so
Free
good.
the Bears, dude.
So good. Oh, good.
My favorite author. First book I ever read, like as an adult, that was like an adult book.
Yeah.
Was The World According to Garp. That was
Yeah, me too.
that got everybody in.
Garp was early. Well, that was done in like 80, 81 or 82, I
Oh, that
think.
was so good.
Yeah, always wrestling. He's like
Yes.
Irving was a big wrestler.
With Exeter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the Bears and the neighbor's dog and just the way he like put life together and stuff. For some reason, I absorbed that really good. He just put out a book about a year and a half ago that I got. It was kind of hard to read. It was just a lot of words. I don't like that. I used to date a real chatty girl, and I do not like a lot of that.
Hey, Chuck, see if you can find the last paragraph to a prayer for Owen Meany.
I don't think a lot of dudes like that at all, man. If they can if they can find a woman, let me tell you, man. I don't think these exist. Maybe they do, but if they could find a woman that just didn't chat a whole lot, didn't cheat, wasn't hanging around on social media all the time, it'd be good, you know. But with social media, man, the dating and marriages have just went straight downhill. That shit, the dating and marriage days are they're done. They're gone.
And they made a movie called Simon Birch. If anybody ever got to watch that movie, that's a neat movie too.
That's the Owen Meany take.
Yeah,
essentially.
Soon may the noblemen come to bring a bottle for everyone.
All right, let's skip through this.
We'll take a drink and go.
So I bring Terry back to the house.
Yeah.
And Terry was just voluptuous.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman, but she looked like a movie star, and she looked like a mature 35-year-old,
like Kate Thurson or something.
Movie star.
Who's Kate Thurson?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah. You got to get the whole last paragraph, not the last line. And this is a spoiler alert, by the way. If you haven't read A Prayer for Owen Meany.
What do y'all use? Do you use Perplexity? Ever use Perplexity?
No, what is that?
Perplexity is a cool AI.
Oh.
We just live in a constant state of it.
Okay, I can't.
Anyway, my mom and dad are in bed, and the light's on in the room.
In their room?
In their room. And Terry
have they met Terry before?
No. Okay. No, they haven't. And she wanted to use the restroom, and I wanted to send her home with a bottle of water and so forth. She had left her car at my parents' house. So we were just kids. Anyway, I knocked on the door and opened it up, and my dad's lying in bed. He's reading. He's got the glasses down on his nose. My mom's reading too. And I said, I just want to introduce you to Terry real quick. Terry steps in the room, and like the light's coming down from above, and she's illuminated. It's like Glenn Close in what is it? Field of
Family
Dreams.
Man or something?
No, it's just radiant and beautiful and voluptuous. My dad still laughs about it. He's just like, you walked her in there, and she just stood there by the bed and smiled, and I looked at you, and your mother looked at me, and we looked at her, and then we all just kind of looked at you and said, how in the world? What's going to happen next? And then you just excused yourselves, closed the door. Wow. And we've really never spoken of it since.
Wow.
It's really none of their business.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I think it's nice that they were willing to let you guys stand in the room for a minute, I think that's weird. Were they in bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah, it was. It was like
It's odd.
It was like 12:30. I was sure, but I saw the light
that's
on,
very odd.
which means I knew they could hear me. And the whole business of sneaking in.
Like you want to be sneaky.
You don't want to be sneaky.
Yeah. Sneaky's the worst, dude. I freaking met this lady at a car wash one time. Anyway, it was Tucson, so everything there is a car wash. But I met a woman there, and then in the morning, she ended up staying over at my freaking house when I was at my mom's house. And in the morning, I went in the kitchen. I was like, guess what, Mom? She's like, what? And I was like, remember that lady from the car wash? And she's like, yeah. I was like, she's here.
You can choose to raid a caravan, or you can choose to guard it. This is a game where...
And she's like, you are kidding me. Does Charlie know? Charlie was her husband. He was in the war. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know if Charlie... She's like, Charlie cannot find out. So we had to sneak this lady out of the house. It was so hilarious.
How old were you?
Probably 34.
Really?
Yeah.
You were, what's the word? You were emancipated at 14 or something?
Yep. Got out there pretty early. Kind of a DIY guy,
Yeah?
I think I was kind of a DIY guy.
Your dad had you late in life?
Yep. My dad was 70 when I was born. And my dad was an older man and pretty cool though. But he had another family of kids that were he had some earlier children and they were pretty well off and they didn't want anything to do with us. And we were just this kind of, it was tough for him to be a dad as he got older.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to watch that, I think, as a kid. And how I wonder, sometimes I still don't even know how that formed how I thought about stuff.
Do you think that's why your brother was so influential, being a couple years older than you?
I think there's moments in the past couple of years where I felt like my brother, in certain regards, embodied some of the dad I didn't have,
Yeah.
But he also, I think he was also conscious to make sure that he stayed my brother, like it didn't get in like an uncomfortable space or something, you know?
They're good guinea pigs, older brothers.
They are. Oh, dude,
Yep.
shout out to older brothers, man.
Yeah.
They take all of the shrapnel. They take all of the bullshit.
Yep.
They take your parents' best shots usually.
Yep.
And some of them are drug addicts or whatever, felons. Some of them are good. But all of them are out there on the front lines of a family's existence.
That's right.
And that is that is a real thing in the world that does not get shouted out enough.
I don't think so either. You're the thing your parents are practicing on. They're figuring it out with you.
Yeah.
Theo, Mike is the oldest brother.
Oh, he is?
Yes, he
just saying.
is. He doesn't have an older brother.
I would have loved to have an older brother. That would have been amazing,
I don't know.
but I didn't.
Oh, yeah. You get to see the things that your brother didn't do well or did well or something like that, you know?
Oh God, yeah.
But then what if your brother's like, my brother was certainly, I looked up to him for sure. But what if your brother was like Michael Jordan or something? Would that be tough, I wonder?
I think maybe it would.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Unless you hate playing basketball and you'd be like, fuck it.
I don't know. I mean, my brothers and I are all very different, but I do have one. I think that is kind of adjacent in like to this career, this industry, and I think I was probably, like what happened with Dirty Jobs and everything was probably fascinating to watch. I mean, think about the guys you grew up with. I mean, the fact that you got out of that town and everything else. I think it seems mystical to some people. You must be a source of great mystery to a lot of the people you grew up with. They're on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. To see you out there now.
I mean, well, that's where I spent the summers. I grew up down in Covington, Louisiana, which is a little bit north of New Orleans. It's a nice place, and tallest statue of Ronald Reagan, if you want to look that up.
Oh, in Covington? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's something. You gave up on the Owen Meany last paragraph thing?
You can't get it. You got to buy the book.
You got a copyright? Buy the book real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if that, and I don't want to call him out. I just met
No, you
Chuck.
call me out. Go ahead. That's
I
fine.
don't know if that's true.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
Do you find that hard to believe or not? And I'm not judging anybody.
I think it's highly unlikely that anything ever written can't be found on the internet with a proper search. I just think it's highly unlikely.
Okay.
God, I wish we were down there with Danielle and Terry.
Man, that'd be something. Boy, it was a simpler time, Theo. It was before you were born, man. It was probably 1981, 2.
Did y'all have deodorant then?
No.
Yeah,
No.
dude.
Deodorant's for pussies.
Oh, yeah, dude. It should have been back then, I bet. That's crazy time, dude.
Yeah,
I bet
they didn't have deodorant back then.
What's it called when you take care of yourself or something?
Responsibility?
Personal hygiene.
I bet
hygiene.
Personal hygiene was crazy back then. So
It was loose.
Great.
It was loose. You know what? There was a lot of patchouli in the air. There's Reagan down there in Covington.
He did not come. Oh, they sent Dole down there.
Oh, yeah. Reagan
that's-
was huge. He was enormous. Look at the size of that guy.
That's not even in Covington, I don't think, is it?
I don't know.
Nah, that's somewhere else. They might have some.
Is it the wrong one?
Did you just Google
The
Reagan
largest-
statue?
Tallest statue of Ronald Reagan is what I
Shit.
Googled.
In
Somebody beat
Covington.
us.
Yeah.
Somebody could have beat us.
It's exactly the kind of thing that's fleeting, man. 1 minute you're, on Rushmore, and then you're off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not that he was ever on Rushmore, to be clear.
We went to Mount Rushmore not long ago. We had a show up in the Dakotas, a couple shows up there, and we went over to Mount Rushmore. And there's another face, a native face, that's on the other side of that.
Speaking of Mount Rushmore, I wonder how long did it take them to carve all that bullshit? That had to take a while for them to be able to carve them faces like that. Because a machine didn't do it.
Crazy Horse. Just down the road.
And they've never finished building it.
Yeah.
They were supposed to finish building it.
Yeah.
The fact that they took all the land from those people.
They're still building it. Gorchak, what's his last name, Taylor?
He passed away. I think his son is handling it, maybe.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's like
He had 13 kids.
they should have done it then.
He had 13. That's partly why he had so many kids. I wanted to shoot an episode at Mount Rushmore. I wanted to do like a dirty job. I wanted to sandblast Jefferson's nose.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right? I thought it'd be a really fun way to look at history and get people, maybe interested who otherwise wouldn't be. And, that's a federal park, it's a federal property, and the feds are like, absolutely not. We would never, ever consider letting somebody film. I think I offended them, and I didn't mean to. But we reached out to Crazy Horse like a week later, and they rolled out the red carpet. They gave us a whole tour of, I met the surviving kids, rappelled down the face of, that thing's it's going to take another 50 years to finish that thing. Yeah. The work has never stopped. They've never taken a penny of federal money.
Oh, the work has never stopped?
No, they're still doing it. They're still doing it.
But how long have they been doing it for?
I think they started it's close to 70 years.
But how long did it take to finish Rushmore?
About 2 weeks. No, no, it took much longer than that. That was
not like 100 years, huh?
No.
So what's the holdup there?
Hey, we've moved on from Reagan. You got Crazy Horse in there somewhere?
God bless America. All right.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Who's your Jamie? You got to have it. You got a Jamie.
Yeah, we got a guy named Zach and Nick. We have two guys.
Zach and Nick, yeah.
You met Zach. He went over to your place. Did you know that?
Oh, to see what it was like?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
they were great, man. They were really great. Showed me everything.
Yeah, they're good guys, man. They're hard workers. I feel lucky to be able to work with them.
14 years for Rushmore, and it's going to take probably 100 for Crazy Horse.
Then I don't understand why.
What is Crazy
just
Horse?
Not?
There's no federal money. There's no mandate
so that's
to do
the difference. It's finances.
It's all financing.
Okay.
But the guy, Gorshai, who started it, he was alone. Like, there's an old video. You guys, if you haven't seen this, it's on YouTube, but it's all like color saturated the way it looks in the 50s,
Oh, yeah.
And this guy is dynamiting himself. He built the stairs up to the front himself. There it is. Look at that thing.
That makes me nervous.
Look at that thing.
Oh my God.
So they got the face done. I worked on the arm, but when this thing is done, like the arm is going to go all the way out there.
They're doing all that then?
Not all of it, but all the way to the tip. There's going to be, and I think he's on a horse. I mean.
Yeah. There, it's. I'll get you a picture of what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I mean that's his last name, Horse, right? So you got to have the.
Oh, they're doing all that, dude. It already looks better than the one, that Miami Heat guy that they did a few years ago. Remember that one? That I think it was Dwayne Wade, maybe.
Oh,
it already looks better than that Dwayne Wade.
Where was that one? In Miami?
Yeah, I think so, or somewhere.
Yeah, that's what it's going to look like when it's done.
Oh my God! So they're basically going to turn this place into a straight up gay mecca, dude. Are you? Do not put the horse, dude. That horse looks like it got its hair done with Michael Landon, dude. You cannot. What are they doing, dude? Actually, you know what? Put it up there. Turn it into I want a damn gay, high altitude gay rave, dude. I want people doing poppers up there at 2,000 feet, homie. That's what kind of shit I want. I want people losing their minds and hiding their hands inside of each other's pockets.
You know what you can fit on Crazy Horse's forehead?
Let me guess for 1 second. Let me think just for like maybe 8 seconds.
I'll give you 8 seconds, like a rodeo.
What can you fit on his forehead?
Yeah. And I'll give you a hint.
Oh, a Fiat, a car.
A Fiat's barely a car, dude.
I agree.
The answer is Mount Rushmore.
No.
Yeah.
So that's the size difference?
Yeah. You can put Mount Rushmore on the head of Crazy Horse. You can put 4 faces.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the ultimate Sisyphean quixotic.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, and the guy.
I don't know what it means, but.
Well, one is a Greek reference, the other is, Cervantes. Don Quixote. Yeah. Tilting at windmills. But this guy, I mean, he worked on it. It was his life's work, and he knew with certainty he would never see it finished.
Oh.
And his kids probably won't either.
If you have 13 kids, they should do it, I think.
You would think.
But that's easy for me to say. Do we have any update on the children or any of them in recovery or anything?
Oh no, I'll look.
Yeah, good. Don't hold your breath.
What are their names?
What? We don't know them.
No, we don't know
Dude,
that. I met
you
one.
worked with them.
I
right?
did.
We don't know kids' names. We're adults, dude. You freaking crazy guy.
You're a number 9. Get in here. It's your turn.
Get your pickaxe, buddy. Wow, dude, that's pretty neat.
So I'm looking into the mental health of the crazy horse guys, crazy kids,
Children. Well, I just want to know if any of them have the ability to get out there and work. I mean, it's just
yeah.
I want to know who's still doing it and what their process is. Or do they fundraise? I didn't know. I thought when I saw the photos, it was just the same size. I'm like, you wouldn't think it would take 50, 70 years to get that done. You know?
No, it's massive. Look, I don't want to talk out of school because she's a lovely woman, but one of the most alarming things that ever happened to me on a set, and this isn't really a set, this is just us in the Dakotas filming. The woman who's in charge of it is like the 5th daughter, and she's very protective of her dad and the family, and we're there, our whole crew is there, and we're ready to shoot, and I hadn't been weighed and measured yet. Like she wanted to personally vet me.
To be up there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we had rigged her Jeep with some cameras because we knew we were going to go for a drive. And so we're ready to start the scene, and she gets me in the Jeep, and she takes off without the crew. Like borderline kidnapping. She just runs off with me. And she drives me down and around in the middle of nowhere, and she takes me to her father's grave. And we sit there. There he is. Korchak.
So how do you say
Kowitsky. Yeah.
Zolkowski.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great name.
Was her name Monique by any chance?
It might be. That might be. That sounds right. It might be Monique. Yeah.
He died in Sturgis. Probably listening to Kid Rock, I bet.
Probably. What's his name? Bob?
Bob Ritchie.
Your friends?
Yep. We are friends. He's a very nice guy. We actually just went to Hulk Hogan's funeral the other day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What was that like?
You know, it was a lot of things, man. We didn't stay very long. I wanted to stay longer after, I think.
Like, look, man, like I like the Hulk Hogan as the wrestler, but I think as him as a person, I don't think he was a good person. I mean, them tapes that he was caught on where he was saying all them racial slurs about his daughter, the guy that her daughter was dating or his daughter was dating, that just, yeah, I don't jive with that too well. So if somebody was to say he was racist, I'd say probably, because I mean the tapes don't lie, you know. But a lot of people forgot about that part. But as a wrestler, he was a good wrestler. I mean, a lot of people looked up to him until they heard them tapes, man. Them tapes were not good.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you know Terry?
I knew him. He had come to podcast once, and then I just knew, you know, and I'd seen him 2 times after that at different events.
Did anyone get hit with a folding chair by any chance?
Oh, that would have been interesting.
At the funeral?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman had a strong moment. I know he was he was pretty heartbroken.
Yeah.
By the funeral moment, but at the actual service, and his son Nick got up and made a nice, like a really cool speech. He's like, "What you gonna do when Hulk Hogan watches over you?" You know, or something like that. Like this kind of watching over idea. I thought that was pretty cool. But there was like all of my heroes from childhood, like not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, in wheelchairs and on opioids or whatever.
Did you watch a lot of wrestling growing up?
Oh, dude.
Pro wrestling?
Yeah. Yeah, because wrestling, NWA, WWF, it felt like kind of, I almost feel like it felt like poor kids, like it belonged to them. And I don't know if that's a true feeling. It could have just been because in our neighborhood we didn't have a lot of money, and that everybody on our street watched it. Like we would all like be out in the street hanging out, and we would all go home to watch it, right?
Yeah.
And we loved those guys. Like, I mean, it just felt like even as a kid, it gave you somebody to look up to. You know, it's like even if your life sucked or whatever, if people were just shooting up and just hiding from each other in the area or whatever, that you could watch that and you just felt excited about everything.
Who else was in the world at that time? Like when Hulk was at his apex.
Okay.
Was
Yeah,
Andre the Giant
Yep,
still
Andre
playing?
the Giant was there for sure.
Yeah, he was still
and then
there.
you had like Iron Sheik, you had Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you had the Big Boss Man. You still had a little bit of Dusty Rhodes. You had the Steiner Brothers. You had the Bushwhackers. You had $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. He was down there.
Yeah, I remember the $1 Million Man.
You had Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, Bobby the Brain Heenan. His daughter was there. And that was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
you had Jake the Snake. You had Ravish and Rick Rude, who was kind of like a
Yeah, I remember him.
he was like trans or what. I don't know what he was, but he was using something. He was using hairspray and steroids, I think.
What about the Undertaker? Was it the
Hairspray and
Undertaker?
steroids.
That was later.
That was later.
Yeah, that wasn't us. Like, I got out of it before that. But you also had NWA. You had like Sting. You had Ric Flair. You had there's so many guys.
See, when I was a kid, there was Chief J Strongbow.
Oh yeah. The Von Erichs, dude.
Yes. Yeah. Chuck, see if you can find me with the WWE. It was called Halloween Havoc. He'll laugh at this.
Sorry to be yelling at you, Joe.
No, it's quite all
Oh,
right.
he's used to it, man.
Well, we've asked him for some information that he refuses to give us.
He just won't give it up because it simply doesn't exist on the internet. It's just not there.
Old Epstein Chuck over here, huh? Give us the files, huh? I can't believe pedophiling is becoming a big thing in America now.
What do you mean?
Like government supported or whatever.
What do you think? Really?
I mean, I don't know what happened with all that, but it does seem bizarre. Do you think all that stuff is a ruse and there was never anything? Because Epstein had charges against him. I mean, it's just, I think the American people have had it with
I think
politicians.
yeah, I
both
think
sides.
There's a great phrase in Latin, and I can't remember it. I wish I could. It'd make me sound smart. But translated, it means, though the heavens fall. And I say, let's see it, no matter what.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to see it. I really do. I think you're right. I think that maybe...
Yeah, let's see it. I want to see some of the names. It's funny that since Trump's been in there, they said they were going to release it and we ain't seen shit. Look, I voted for Trump, man, but damn. You said you were going to release the list. Let's see it, man. We're almost a year in and we ain't seen shit.
Had we not been fed such a line of nonsense for so long on so many different topics, we might be able to shrug at this and go, whatever. But it's the straw that broke the camel's back. It's like we've been teased with it. And by the way, you're talking about, that's a real topic, and some real harm has happened to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Not just on that island, but in general.
Right. So you're telling it's almost you saying, oh, we don't support this or care about this in a way.
That's
that
exactly
doesn't mean
right.
enough to us.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, kind of.
Bananas. Sorry, but that's me 25 years ago hosting a wrestling event.
Do you remember what year it was?
My God.
No, Halloween. Halloween Havoc. Yeah, Vince McMahon was there.
I remember Halloween Havoc. When did Halloween Havoc start? Would you mind looking that up for us, man?
Oh, it would be my pleasure.
October 30th.
It was Halloween, dude.
That's your first hit. Start with October, Chuck, and if it's not there, check the portal of Leo or whatever it is. It's going to be up there
The
somewhere.
Lions Portal.
The
It's
Lions
closed. It actually
Portal.
closed yesterday.
No.
Oh.
Damn.
So
You give me 2 more hours. I'll be right
All
back.
right, and if you can't find that,
he's over there looking at his baby book or something. Dude, did you have a baby book that your mom made?
oh yeah, I do.
What was that thing? Because my mom made those for us. Is that a big thing that parents still do or not?
I don't have kids. I don't know.
You don't have any children?
I don't have kids. No.
What?
Oh.
No.
October 28th.
I thought he at least had one
1989.
kid.
Yep.
That's it.
Halloween Havoc.
That's about right.
And who fought at the first one? Can you check for me?
Let's see. Location, Philadelphia. Main event, the Thunderdome cage match. Ric Flair and Sting versus Terry Funk and the Great Muta.
Ooh, yeah.
You know who that is? I don't know.
Nah, sounds Asian. I'm going to go off Asian, you know?
Off Asian.
What is on Asian?
I mean, you know it when you see it, I'll say that. But this is off Asian, brother. I don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, but dude, there was nothing like that, dude. Terry Funk, man. What a legend he was. He was also brutal but charming. There was something special about him. I got to end up going to talk to Kevin Von Erich one time, and that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The last Von Erich.
I'm just realizing talking to you, man. It's like I've been adjacent to a lot of things, but not really in them. Like I narrated the Ultimate Fighter. I did all
Really?
I did all the seasons for Ultimate Fighter. Yeah.
For Dana White's show?
Yeah. Previously on the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah. Yeah, the one that was on Spike TV. And like watching that thing grow as I was doing it, but not in it, you know, was one of the strangest things. Wrestling was like that for me too. I was always around it, but never really in it.
The Contender, do you ever remember that show?
Yeah, I remember The Contender.
That was good.
Yep.
What show did you like when you were growing up? Do you remember something that came on that got you just so animated?
Yeah, I do. And I kind of closed the loop on it. It was the Rockford Files.
From the park,
the
Murders in the
Rockford
Park?
Files.
No. Jim Garner played James Rockford. He lived in a trailer not far from here in Malibu, and he solved crimes. His dad was Rocky. His name was Rocky in the thing.
Rocky Rockford?
Well, his last name was Rockford, so they called him
Rocky
Rockford.
Rockford.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Anyway, no, James Garner in the Rockford Files. It was very big in the 70s. That's Jim Garner right there. Yeah, he's great. He drove 1977.
Yeah, I remember watching that
Firebird.
show a couple times.
And Jay Leno called me one day and said, "Hey, come on my show. I'll get you any car you want." And I didn't know if I wanted to. I said, "I want the original car that, you know."
He's going to get you a car for going on there?
Well, what you do is you drive around town in the car of your dreams, and Jay interviews you.
Got it.
As you drive,
Okay.
right? So I said, I want a 1977 Firebird, like the one Jim Rockford drove. He went out and found the original Rockford car, the actual car
Wow.
that's wired for sound that Jim Garner drove in the show. And he got the guy to come and bring it, and I drove that thing around for a couple hours with Jay. But that was the show that got me fired up as a kid. I can still hear the theme, man. That's
pretty good. That's pretty good. He's got it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But then it morphs into Sanford Son.
Did you watch something? Did you watch something growing up there, Jackie, or what?
No, we weren't allowed television.
No way.
It was all hand puppets and
terrible.
interpretive dance over
Yeah,
there, man.
that was it. Just me and Danielle in the basement.
God.
With
Wishing
me and
Terry was there.
Yeah. That's Terry coming back.
A tale of two Terrys, dude. Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
and your Terry. Both Terrys.
How about that? And acronyms all over the place, from EBURB to what you call the CWRs.
CWRs, MREs, I think we mentioned even at one point, maybe?
We did that ASAP.
TBD.
Or PDQ.
BLM.
I'll take mine with cheese.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Why do you care about the country in a way that surprised me?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else I would care about, I guess. I mean, obviously I care about being alive. I care about my family.
So people know. Last time we talked, you were wearing an American Giant sweatshirt, coincidentally. And we talked about the fact that I'm friends with the guy who runs that company and a lot of other companies too. And I had no idea you had a thing for making stuff in this country, and to the point where it's like, you know, we've been talking about what do you do with your, I don't know, your platform, your influence? What should we be doing? What can we do to elevate that stuff?
Yeah. Well, I think listening to you and talking and hearing about MicroWorks and putting, recognizing that, the country is going to, if we start to build a lot of these AI data centers, or if those things if we need more workforce, and especially if they're like,
I'll be honest, my first therapy session did not
AI
go
is gonna
well,
take
but it taught
over,
me
y'all.
something important. You don't get the best.
like kicking workforce out of the country or labor force, which I don't know all the technicalities of that, so I'm kind of just speaking like wildly. But you're going to need like people who are trained to be able to do the jobs. And and you were telling me that you guys' program MicroWorks help us do that.
Yeah.
Right. You're like 500 something people this year.
526, I think, this year.
Wow.
With just over $5 million.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I'm not doing anything different, really, than we have in the last 17 years. But this year we had 10 times the applicants that we did the year before.
That's amazing.
Yes. I mean, something has happened. I mean, we were half joking, I thought, about, the old QVC days and the Wayne's World set and the idea of, like why does it have to be a big, elaborate thing? Why isn't there a dedicated network today where anybody who's trying to make a thing in this country can sit down and have a few laughs and show off their wares? Yeah.
I mean, no, that to me sounds awesome. I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about. It was like, I think seeing you on QVC and then thinking about like, I just worried that if we get into a space where people don't have jobs, right? Or there aren't as many opportunities, just say we do, right? Or even if we don't, right? I'm so sick of like corporations making everything and all these conglomerates and stuff. So if I want to spend my money, how do I spend it to support a family that's across the country, even across town, right?
Yeah.
And so then we were kind of talking about, well, what if we started like kind of a QVC type of show where we did little installments with different people that made a product, right? Families or a person. Like this guy makes, he makes 700 voodoo dolls a year and they're the best. They got the most dark magic in them or whatever, or this person makes like goat milk soap or something. Or I know you had said that there was somebody who made plant pots out of
cow crap.
There you go.
Poop pots. Yeah. That's
dude.
Matt Freund in New Canaan, Connecticut. Yeah.
Really? Matt Freund is an amazing musician too, I think.
Is he?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
Chuck will be back in about a half hour with some non-conclusive data. Nothing on the internet about music. Sorry. We've looked high and low.
Things on the computer's not even on.
That's not even a
How
computer.
do you spell Freund?
Freund.
Yep, I would go with that.
I believe it's German.
Yeah, that was kind of what we were talking about. Like, well, would it be neat if we started to find people who are making stuff and interview them almost like maybe it was like Antique Roadshow style?
See why did you love Antique Roadshow? What was it about it that made it work?
I mean, there's just something damn beautiful about it. I mean, when you see it, Matt Freund, independent singer.
Yeah, it's a musician.
Yeah.
Doesn't have anything to do with the Matt Freund I'm talking about.
Well, he asked if there was a musician named Matt Freund, and there he is.
All right.
I proved that he is.
Good work, Chuck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let me see that Antique Roadshow set. God, that set is just damn beautiful. Because I was up late one night and they had some guy pulled up with a damn rare Beanie Baby.
A very rare Beanie Baby.
Oh, I mean, this was just the damn Princess Diana one, and it was missing part of its tail.
It's the I'm asking you because I think it's one of the most underrated, underappreciated formats ever.
Yeah.
It pays off every 10 minutes. Like when you think of it, like, what is it? Where'd you get it? What's it worth? Could be nothing. Could be a lot. We don't know. I mean, it's just like it's just an hour filled with little cliffhangers, and the people are all just so random and real.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch This Old House?
Yes, with Bob Vila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, like old 70s style production, super simple, nothing flashy, but you got to see like a magic trick every week. We're gonna make something that wasn't there. We're gonna use skill and material and it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah,
which is so satisfying.
I heard he was smashing chicks too across the country. My buddy's dad worked with him.
Did he?
Said he was just yamming clam around the world. This old cock, you feel me? Sorry. That's an old wiener joke. But I will say this. No, I think there's nothing better than if I could say, if you could be like, well, okay, well, how about this? We'll just showcase your product. And then if your company can make enough of it or whatever.
It's crazy.
I guess the product
It's
would have to
crazy.
be vetted,
Theo
or
comes
the
up with
company,
some
the
weird
families that are
shit
making
like
them.
that.
Yeah.
That would be the tough part.
That is tough
But
part.
then it'd be so cool to know that now there's a family that has a business and they don't have to worry about you can start to support one another. Oh my God, I wish.
Look at
God,
that.
I'm
Look
happy.
at that.
Oh, she definitely is gonna.
That's T for 200.
She's getting paid. Oh my God, if you drink out of that, dude. Oh my God, if you rub on that 3 times, I bet Princess Diana will come back. We may be good right there, Mike, but I would love to talk about that idea more, man. And I couldn't think of anybody else that, you're like the pioneer of that sort of spirit, I think. You, Paul Revere, Gary Sinise.
Wow, Paul Revere, Gary Sinise, and me.
And maybe Aaron Brockovich are kind of like, you guys are the kind of Americana Mount Rushmore, I think.
That's very kind of you. But look, I think that you could actually tip the scale in a way that I can't, And look, what I mean is, like, that guy Matt Freund, I don't know what would have happened had I done a segment for the purposes of helping him sell his poo pots, right? But because we did a segment on a show called Dirty Jobs that was really focused on a dairy farm that was struggling because the bottom fell out of the milk market, and I had read about this guy who was heating his house with cow shit, right? And it was like, that's
first of all, a guy doing that is that is not a good guy.
Well, this is 20 years ago, and he's using the whole biodiesel. Like,
I don't care.
But
that's why you're alone. That's fucked up. Say it again, please. I'm sorry to get upset.
He's heating his house.
Yeah, of course this guy is, dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, this dude is, dude.
He woke up one day, Theo, and realized that the crap his cows were producing was more valuable than the milk.
Wow.
So what he did was he started making these flower pots out of cow crap.
Yeah.
And so they would, decompose, and it was built-in manure, and so your petunias would grow twice as fast.
Oh.
He wound up crushing it, in part, a big part, because Dirty Jobs showed up and put him in 170 countries. But I took him on Larry King a year later to tell that story. And then he got his stuff in Walmart. Like, I think you, with your platform, where are we, Chuck? Are we in the top 200? This little podcast?
Ish. Yeah.
I think we are. I mean, we get our share.
There. Yeah.
But look, he's like number 4 in the world.
That's pretty big.
Why not just start with your platform? I mean, you probably already have.
You mean just having people come on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be neat, but I think it doing it as something new.
Yeah.
And I think that seems exciting to me. I think obviously, like, you have met so many people and know a man who's burning shit to stay warm.
Oh, well, sure. And by the way, there are 3 billion people in the world doing that. Do you know that 3 billion people, their main source of energy is wood or cow crap?
Wow.
Done.
I didn't know that.
3 billion. Yeah. He was just using science to make it a lot more efficient. But my point is, there needs to be an entertaining value to it.
Right. And I think you do a great job of that. I think maybe we could find a neat way to do it. I think it would be something fun to do.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to do with you. I think because our audiences are kind of different, but probably have similar spirit. I want people to be able to, if they want to be able to have some of their own destiny in their hands if they can. And that's what my audience, I think, has kind of afforded me. And so that's something that I feel like if I could help create or be a part of, just elaborating for other people who want to do that, then I think that I'll be even with life, maybe. Does that make sense or not?
Oh.
Did that make any sense? It did?
I thought it made sense.
Chuck's not listening.
It's hard to know. I know.
He's still trying to find Gorchuk. That video of him on YouTube is actually worth a look. It's
video of
the guy building Crazy Horse.
Oh,
it's just amazing. It just looks like an old Wonderful World of Disney video. It's incredible.
Watching Dunkirk.
It's a good movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best movies. Probably top 6 or 7 movies past decade or 5 years.
I loved it. What were we just talking about? This
We're
is
talking
important.
about how soon we're going to start that project together, I think.
Yeah.
Or we should think about it at least.
Well,
Do you think you have the ability or time to do it? I need the ability.
I think Antiques Roadshow, old QVC, right? I mean, I'm talking about like middle of the night QVC.
Oh, yeah.
Back where you had entertainment that was mostly unintentional, right? But people just kind of just love to see the train. Maybe it's going to go off the tracks, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
And you could buy some stuff along the way too. I don't think anything that's so overtly focused on a transaction has the same appeal as potentially you and me talking to somebody, either together or I'm not sure how it would work, but what I know for sure from Dirty Jobs is that the country is filled with people who are doing interesting things that are making things.
Yeah.
Right? Making things. So
I like that.
the question is, how do you celebrate that? And look, Shark Tank is an answer to that question.
Yeah.
You can do it with venture capitalists, and you can do it in that world. But your set reminded me of like Wayne's World, which I love. And it's like, I think there's a super modest, lo-fi way. In fact, the bigger the challenge, like reinvigorating manufacturing, in some ways, the more important it is to come at it modestly, because you could never have a production big enough to fully satisfy that, right?
Right. And if you get it going in the beginning and it's going well small, then you could stay small or you could expand, but I think you'd have a good idea even instinctually then of what the energy is. But yeah, I really like that. I really like, you know, my mother's a hard worker, right? Like I always say, the hardest working man I've ever met is my mother, right?
I'm sure she appreciates that.
I think she honestly does, probably.
Yeah.
You know, because she just, you know, she did it herself, and so I think she kind of does respect that. I know she was a woman. But I do want to say that.
What's her name?
Her name's Gina.
Gina, you did good. Look at your boy here.
She's a hard worker, and I have always admired that she's a hard worker. You know, so yeah, I just think like, I don't know, if people want to be able to fend for themselves, it's important to them, you know, and I think it's important to the human spirit. And I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, I think it could get scary if people can't do that. And I feel like people want to be able to help one another and not just keep giving everything to like these conglomerates that they won't break up.
You know what else I think people need to see? Proof that other people found a way.
Yeah.
Whether they do or not, they need to see. Like we're products of what we listen to and look at.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? I mean,
For
better and worse.
Yeah, he's.
What's he doing? What's he
I
looking
don't know
at?
what he's looking at, but look how he is. He's a product of it. He's watching silent films. We haven't heard from the guy.
I am. I actually am watching a silent film.
This is great.
Put it right up here. There you go. There's your crazy horse.
Yeah, man. This thing, I encourage you to look at it. It's just, his story is so unbelievable. Him, that's 60 years ago with a jackhammer.
Wow.
Starting that thing.
Dang.
That's amazing, man.
If you're talking about reshoring, reinvigorating the trades, or like for me, like closing the skills gap. Spoiler alert: I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna try. You know,
Right.
but it's very much it's a crazy horse notion. We're not going to finish it, but that you know, that's all right.
Yeah. I think,
It's kind of like Band of Brothers. You know, just because you put it on doesn't mean you have to finish it. Although it's happened to me before. I literally spent
I know.
the whole day went down the tubes because that came on.
I know. And you order DoorDash or whatever, and you hope you pick the right food to accompany that sort of.
What does one dine on as we're seeing the liberation of France?
I don't know. I usually go with like a fish sticks or whatever, kind of.
Not French fries. 2 on the nose.
2 on the nose.
But people also need to know that you can grow up on the border of Louisiana and Mississippi and wind up trying to figure out how to use your considerable influence to leave the world better than you found it. Good for you, Theo Vaughn.
Yeah. Well, thanks, dude. I feel pretty lucky. I'm just a product of my environment, you know, and a lot of fun people in my life. All I am is just little pieces of them. But I do feel lucky to get to talk with you, dude. This has been a lot of fun. Glad you're here. And
Glad you're still awake.
Me too.
Sorry to interrupt you.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
he was watching silent porn.
Dude, he's watching Highway to Heaven. I saw him earlier. I knew he was a Victor French fan when I saw that shirt.
I know you got to go, but that's a second oblique Michael Landon reference you've made.
I know.
What's going on?
I just love him. Can I tell you really fast and I have to go?
Yeah.
And I'll come back another time. I've had such a great time. Thank you, Mike.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate it, dude. I really do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We had a show in Winnipeg, Canada, and after the show, this is like 1 month ago. They're like, some of the cast of Little House on the Prairie is here because they're refilming the show, and I was like, I had no idea. And I loved that show growing up, dude. I'll beat the shit out of somebody who doesn't like it, dude. Unless something's wrong with them and they're mentally unwell and they don't even know if they like it or not. But I fucking loved it. And I got to meet a couple of the actresses. One of them, this girl Crosby Fitzgerald. She's playing the mom in it. She plays
Laura Ingalls?
Oh, no, she plays Laura's mother. Ma Ingalls. Caroline. Caroline Ingalls. So anyway, but when I saw her, they introduced me. She says, she goes, "You hugged me like I was your mother," and I was like, A, I am very sorry. I do not know you, ma'am. But B, I didn't even know that I was going to be like that. You know. But yeah, that was our show, man. That was that pioneer spirit.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is.
That's all we're trying to reinvigorate.
That's all we're trying to do. Mike Rowe, thank you so much, dude.
Anytime, Theo Vaughn. Anytime.
If you like what
That was good, y'all.
and even if you don't, won't you please?
That was good, y'all. All right, let's see. Next, Theo Vaughn is just freaking crazy, y'all. Like I don't know where he comes up with some of this crap he says, but he says it like so seriously. It's crazy. But at any rate, let's go ahead and jump into something. Let's turn gears a little bit here. Let's figure out. Fuck it. Let's watch some drag. Let's watch some more drag motorcycle crashes. We're blown away by how well. Oh, okay. No. Scary drag bike crashes, mishaps, and explosions. Yeah, I remember that. I think we seen that one yesterday. Top Fuel Harley Racer Lane has a wild crash in Seattle. Wheelie crash. Ooh. That's a nice looking bike too, man. What? High speed motorcycle crash. Get ready to be amazed, entertained, and educated. Yeah, these are people that are just stupid, probably doing wheelies on the street. Warning, Crash Bandito does not promote nor...
A rider from Izmir, Turkey was cruising down the highway in the rain. The road was clearly wet, but seemed manageable until he suddenly switched lanes.
Okay, this is next level stupid, y'all. Next level stupid. Why